Hi everyone, Doug here. Welcome back to yet another board game channel and yet another turn of Eldritch Horror as we attempt to defeat Nephren-Ka, the Dark Pharaoh. Now, before I get started, a couple of little errors. Thanks to Mark Carpenter for pointing these out. One thing I did wrong was when Vincent came back from his Lost in Time and Space. Let's see if I can find the card. Yeah, it said advance the Omen track by one. I just did Doom. Doom does still go down one, because the Omen would have moved onto, well, the Omen track would have moved around to the blue, which means, yeah, it still would have gone down one, or we moved on one on the Omen track as well. Which means next reckoning, we've got two potential gates that'll kick in instead of one. The other mistake I made was when Mark Harrigan, the soldier, picked up, he did a research encounter, picking up a clue. I then had him try to do our mystery, which would have allowed me to spend a clue to fight a cultist, and if beating it, put an Eldritch token on here. However, it's only a location encounter. I thought because I was on a named location, pretty much anything I did was a location encounter, but no. Location encounter would have been if I had done, he was on the Cairo space, if he had done a Cairo encounter rather than the research, then he would have been able to try to do it, except he wouldn't have had a clue. Basically, long and short of it is, he shouldn't have even had the opportunity to try to do that. Which means he didn't actually spend that clue. So this is a good thing. He still has the clue. He never really tried to go after the cultist. He's still lost in time and space, though. I probably could have used the clue to re-roll a die to see if he hadn't, make sure he hadn't gone into Lost in Time and Space, but I'm willing to leave it as is. Alright, now that everything is the way it should be, we are going to go right into our action phase, and we will be starting with Vincent Lee, who's over on the Egypt board. Alright, we're on the Egypt board, but we won't be for long, because first thing Vincent is going to do is, as a free action, he can use one local path for free during a turn, so he will do so to the pyramids. So he will move back over to the main board. This places Vincent on the same space as George. So for his first actual action, he is going to do a trade with George and hand him a clue. Some information has traded hands. Now for Vincent's second action, he's going to take a move action back over to the Egypt board. Yes, he will be at the pyramids, and he can't use a local path for free a second time, but he can actually use a move action, moving into Cairo, where hopefully he can close that gate before it... we're not going to get a reckoning next turn, because we're going to get a rumor, it's guaranteed. But we might as well try to close that before it shows up anyway. Alright, that is it for Vincent. Now we will switch to Silas Marsh, who is in South Africa. Alright, here is Silas. First thing he's going to do is a standard move action to move him up here, but then he's going to spend the ship ticket he picked up to move him an extra sea space. Then for his second action, he's going to use his special, which allows him to move along a ship route. That'll take him into London, and then perform one additional action. It's not a whole lot he can do. It's no point in resting. He's actually at full everything. No point in using the Dragon Idol because there are no monsters in spaces on his space or adjacent to. So he's already got 2 focus, so he can't focus. So we're just going to try and acquire assets, see if he can pick up anything decent. He just rolls a 1, which is not enough to pick up anything. I don't feel like taking a bank loan out at the moment. George can get rid of those as his action, but he's going to be busy for the rest of this turn. So that is it. We are done with Silas Marsh, and that will bring us around to George, who is actually in shot. So we're just going to go ahead. First of all, George is going to do a move action. He'll take, he'll move 1 to Rome. However, he's going to extend his move with his ship ticket, taking him to London, and then he's going to engage in a little bit of trading with Silas and get Silas's 2 clues, giving George 4. So hopefully on the encounter phase he will be able to get rid of that rumor. We just have to roll not terribly. Alright, last up is Mark Harrigan. However, he's lost in time and space, which means he cannot perform any actions. He won't be able to do anything until the encounter phase. So we'll just move straight into the beginning of the encounter phase and loop back around to Vincent Lee over in Cairo. Okay, there is Vincent in Cairo. He is going to take an otherworld encounter in an attempt to close the gate in Cairo. We'll probably need that. So, what do we have? He's headed through to Lost Carcosa. Staring out at the cloudy water of Lake Hali, you are horrified to see the entire lake rippling as if something at the bottom is about to surface. You are seized by a terrible panic that paralyzes you. Test will. Well, Vincent's got a very good will. He's at 5. We've got to improve will at some point. So we only need 1 success. And there we are. 1. So we'll go to the success section. Through sheer will, you force yourself to run through the door you entered through. Go toward the door you entered through. You find the doorway has been replaced by a blank wall. You try to recall an incantation from your studies that will open the lost portal. Test lore. His lore is 1. Now, we've got to remember he's got composed. When resolving a test, if you do not roll any 1s, you may re-roll all of your dice. Although if we do fail, we have to flip it over, and I'm sure something bad will happen. Now, it doesn't say once per turn. To me, it sounds like as long as I don't roll 1, I can just keep going. sure somebody will correct me if that's wrong. Anyway, here we go. We just want... Great. It was almost a 5, but it wasn't flat. Or, okay, he's composed, and... But he got the 1. So he managed to fail it anyway. Because you can't re-roll if he got 1s. Right. I guess we have to do this before we resolve the fail effect. Composed. Oh, wait a minute. You know what? He's got a focus token. Gonna go ahead and spend his focus. Come on, Vincent. Haha, we got the 5. Huzzah. He didn't fail after all. If you pass, close this gate. If you fail, you frantically scratch at the wallpaper. Yeah, very dignified. But it doesn't matter. So we will remove the Cairo gate. Put that into a discard pile. Okay. Good on Vincent. Now we will go back around to Silas Marsh, who is in London. Okay, Silas alongside George in London. Silas will just be taking a London encounter, hopefully spawning some clues. What do we have? Alright. The Silver Twilight Lodge is locked up tight. You look over the old building for a possible entrance. Test observation. His observation is 3. Put that safely there. Yeah. He has 2 focus as well. But he got success on the first roll. If you pass, the lodge members are delighted by your ingenuity and offer you their favor. Gain a blessed condition. Take it. Would have liked to have some clues spawn, because we really need them. However, we will go and... yeah, first one I drew. Silas is now blessed, and he'll be rolling those lovely blue dice. Alright. Well, we're just going to stay where we are, because it's time for George. Really hope we can do this. As an encounter, an investigator on London may attempt to put a stop to the vile performance. Stupid king in yellow. It's going to be testing his influence -1. So it's going to be 3 dice. And we can't use any of the clues because he needs all the clues to actually get rid of it. All right. Oop. Seem to have gone a little out of focus. There we are. Okay. Please. Yes, we got a success. So we will spend clues equal to the number of investigators. There's 4. Count them, 4 clues. And the king in yellow rumor card goes away. That's a relief. Because we have an incoming rumor card. Hopefully it's not exceedingly bad, or even equally bad. So yes, good on George. We won't have that hanging over our heads anymore for the rest of the game, and maybe we can start properly working on the mystery. Anyway, up next is going to be Mark Harrigan. Not gonna move the camera because he is lost in time and space, and we are just going to flip to the other side of this. Swarming masses. Oh, that sounds good. Among a swirling mass of stars, you discover swarms of alien beings that feast upon one another without hesitation. You try to find your way home without being noticed. Observation -1. That's just going to be 1 for him. Nah. Alright, he has a clue. I don't know what bad thing is going to happen because I haven't read ahead. I hate using up this clue, but I suspect something really terrible will happen if he fails this. So, success. We rolled a 5. If you pass, place your investigator token on a space of your choice. If you fail, spawn one. I just want to see what would have happened. Spawn one gate and resolve a monster surge on that space. Oh, and then he would have become delayed. Well, okay. I'm glad I used that. So, just got to think and figure out where I want him to pop in. Alright, I was thinking of having him appear on a space with a clue token. However, on the other hand, maybe we should just do Tunguska so that next turn he can try to close that gate before the omen track moves around to the green omen again. Alright. So that is that, and now, yeah, that's everybody's encounter phase. Now it's time for the dreaded Mythos phase. Alright, here we go. This is guaranteed to be a rumor. And it's got tentacles. Yay. Right, first things first, we are going to spawn a couple of clues. At least there's that. Oh, and just remember, we can take away this rumor token from London because we fixed that. So 1 clue and 2 clues. Alright, what do we have? They are on spaces 8 and 9. Oh, right over there. So we've got to go over that way to get clues. Seems like we're never going to get this mystery started. Next thing we do is put the exclamation point token on space 3. Oh, down here in the ocean. Each night you dream of strange architecture built from massive green stones. When you awake, you find yourself walking toward the sea. Madness from the sea, ongoing rumor. As an encounter, an investigator on Space 3 may search the corpse city of Relea. Everybody's getting in on this one. Nephren-Ka, the King in Yellow, and now Cthulhu is rumbling because Relea. Right. Can search Relea for the cause of the maddening dreams. You may spend clues equal to investigators. We need 4 clues again. To solve this rumor, he may spend 1 fewer clue for each sanity token on this card. It's going to hurt our sanity, which is getting perilously low. And on a reckoning, place a sanity token on this card, then each investigator loses 1 sanity for each sanity on the card. Blah. Just got rid of a sanity eating rumor, and yeah, replaced by another one. Alright, well, at least we do have 4 clues round about some of our investigators. It's just frustrating that we can't even get started on the rumor, the mystery rather. Well, we'll see what we can pull off next time. Thanks very much everybody for watching. Thanks for subscribing to the channel and for liking and commenting on the videos both on YouTube and Board Game Geek. It's very much appreciated. And I will see you next time for yet another turn of Eldritch Horror versus Nephren-Ka. See you then.